pretty gangster.
We start with what looks like a drug deal between a fedora-tipping Tier 3 sub, Wisconsin mask protesters, and the unholy child of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, who I will call Walty Whiteman from now on. Whiteman is handed a suitcase with Nickelodeon slime syringes and gets a gun pointed at him by Fedora Lad, telling Whiteman to use the syringes on a dead subject. Apparently, they both know it's able to reanimate the dead, so what is the best possible corpse they can use it on? The full flesh and bone corpse of a T-Rex. Where the hell did you get the full dead, non-decayed, and fossilized body of a Tyrannosaurus Rex? Wouldn't there be a reason for that more than, oh, we can bring back the dead? Is this a dead T-Rex stolen from Jurassic World or Isla Nublar? I have so many questions. Fedora Bro says he wants to see the dead experiment eat Whiteman. Why? Even though they both arranged for this exchange, Whiteman doesn't care that he has to bring the T-Rex back to life without being confined first, and instead gets pissed off because no one ever said thank you for his scientific work. Whiteman is basically an extreme version of those guys that get pissed at women for not having intimate relations with them because they were nice. Whiteman injects the T-Rex with the serum, and he acts like he is the one that surprised them. He makes a statement saying,
"Oh, you want a weapon? Here's your weapon!"
Then the soldiers act surprised when the giant Godzilla lizard comes back to life. What? Didn't you people bring this dinosaur? Didn't you bring the serum? Didn't both parties know what was going to happen? Did even the writers know what was going to happen? Why did the T-Rex, or I guess we could call it Z-Rex at this point, wait to be unveiled before attacking? Is its own movement based on sight? I didn't know the Muppets had their own dinosaur. How large are these Soldiers for Hire's clips? Do they not reload? And yes, I know it's called a magazine, but I like to say clips for free comments of people trying to correct me. More comments, more reason for YouTube to recommend my future videos. So thank you for saying they are called magazines. Whiteman is teaching a vague science course at Great Value Hogwarts a year later with this serum he apparently is able to make now.
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dr.
Whiteman. A student brings up the question that Whiteman was removed from a government project to reanimate the dead. Wouldn't a project like that be, I don't know, beyond top secret? I mean, bringing back the dead is a pretty gigantic scientific breakthrough in tons of regards. Why would information like this be so readily available to the public? He unveils a dead, rotting cat to his class and injects the reanimation serum into it to advance his lecture about advancing Darwin's theory of evolution. Why would a man with the ability to bring back the dead use this as a lecturing tool for a bunch of college students that probably don't even give a damn? Wouldn't any government, military, or scientific community jump at the chance to use him and his research? No? Just one college? Plus 3 cents for that BS. This guy reacts to glow stick fluid being injected like he has a late 2000s reaction video to 2 girls in a cup.
Serum allows a cell modification to enter the brain and then recreate brain activity.
Oh yes, who could ever forget the undeniable science of it enters the brain to recreate the brain?
Yes, science!
Whiteman brings the cat back to life to, I don't know, impress and apparently teach some college students? For what purpose? To get laid? Stock audio of people screaming. Whiteman finds the dean in a hallway saying she wasn't in her office like she had arranged for their meeting. I guess they spent the money on this hallway green screen before deciding where the actual scenes should take place. The dean of this college says she knows his history of being expelled from the military and the government, sending a letter, but allowed him to continue teaching and using their science lab? You're saying you knew he was an evil scientist and said, we're kind of low on professors, so whatever. Whiteman says the cat coming back to life was a glitch, despite him bragging about bringing it back numerous times beforehand. Does this guy both know and not know that he is reanimating the dead? Well, whatever the case, he justifies sharing the extremely valuable knowledge of reanimation to dumbass college students by saying,
This is science being taught at an extremely different level.
like, bro, what? This character makes literally no damn sense.
The hell was that?
Keep this scene in mind going forward, as it will be his backstory. He is on the pavement, apparently badly injured, murmuring, and we get a final shot of Whiteman before living long enough to become the villain as he gets put on a respirator. Apparently, breathing is evil enough to call for overly loud ass music! We get told the Zulu time before the title card even occurs, as it appears over a meteor. Because remember, this is about dinosaurs, or a dinosaur, and we have to remember, a meteor is what killed them. You gotta love that it uses the same font as The Walking Dead. This movie came out in 2018. It's half a decade too late to be trying to cash in on The Walking Dead's fame, even 2 years ago. We get an opening monologue describing the time skip from Whiteman being hospitalized to him somehow taking over a secret underground military base and a commando unit being dispatched to stop his evil plans, like it was the intro of some 1980s Saturday morning cartoon. Wait a minute. Was this movie a rejected pilot for a cartoon? A group of teens are driving the desert road when the secretive commando unit rolls past them and the redneck of the unit pulls out a revolver and starts pointing it at the teens, laughing like it's a toy? What? The redneck gets pissed at the black guy for taking his gun and throws his can of dip at the teen's car. The beefhead says they need to be discreet and not draw attention. Maybe don't bring a guy who will point a loaded gun at civilians willy-nilly. Wait, what? You mean the meteor actually is part of the story and it's going to impact the Earth? Does the evil scientist have a gravity machine to pull it in? Well, the meteor hits Earth. Now, what do you expect when a meteor makes impact with our planet? It does engulf this city on fire, but it also apparently releases an electromagnetic pulse that disables all electronics only in the United States. Wouldn't the impact of a meteorite have a more damaging effect besides, oh, my car and cell phone don't work no more? The characters even justify this quickly, with the stoner gamer not knowing exactly what happened, saying,
What do you mean EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse.
Somewhere close must have just been hit with a missile or a meteorite, maybe.
and then explaining how they would all be dinosaurs if it were an asteroid. Convenient timing, I guess? The commandos arrive near their location, and the cheap CGI helicopter following them explodes in the distance. I don't see what the point of that helicopter being in the movie was at all. So here we go. We got the whole crew together. We got the Dollar Tree Expendables of Angry G.I. Joe, Stabby Abby, Discount Duke Nukem, White Uncle Ruckus, and literal Black Ops set to a song that YouTube would copyright strike in a second because it sounds just like the Mission Impossible theme song. You want to hear a sample? Okay, here you go. And demonetized. The teens are walking through the desert and try to figure out where to go, with a lot of cringy ass dialogue.
What is that?
What? Looks like a pocket for us.
This gun is huge. Wow, Gunnar, you must have a huge dick.
It's huge enough for your sister.
Yeah. Hey!
Blonde Wig carries around the gun, freaks out over the sound of a vulture, or what they say is a vulture. I don't think a bird can make a sound like that. They all stumble upon this top secret underground military bunker just by seeing it from miles away by binoculars. Wow, that sure is a top secret underground military bunker. To remind people that not only did they attempt to bank on the name of The Walking Dead, they directly reference this shocking scene from Jurassic Park.
I don't understand.
The hell, bro? This isn't practice, this is game time, and I am responsible for everybody here.
Okay, you're right. Let's go out there, let's hit a home run, Gunner.
That's baseball.
Oh, this writing, my dude. Ah, the base is so secret and so secure that these teenagers out of nowhere can just casually walk on in because I guess the Z team already breached in. You would think Whiteman would already have a zombie army protecting the place. To emphasize that he is a brilliant man that the world had thrown in the gutter, he starts playing Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata over the system's speakers because reasons. You know, it's really hard to take this scene seriously at even 1% when you have Nukem with a fat cigar in his mouth. Apparently, being hit by a car will put you on a Sith level respirator system and give you gangrenous nails. The college students stumble on a bunch of oil drums, with the nerdy guy saying,
Looks like some kind of containment system.
"Yeah, dude, no shit."
It's like military sci-tech, like Metal Gear Solid.
Is this the origin of Metal Gear Survive? At least this movie has a better story than that game.
What's going on?
It's like a countdown, like a video game.
Do the writers know how gamers talk? Because this is not how gamers talk. Darth Whiteman starts releasing noxious gas, and this guy's first reaction as a soldier is to just blindly start firing his assault rifle? What if the gas was flammable? You run the risk of igniting it. You think commandos would be better trained than this? Not even a few seconds later, the teens are exposed to the gas, and the blonde literally only plugs her nose and keeps talking, breathing through her mouth. The commando literally passed out in seconds from exposure, but this blonde girl plugging her nose is just fine? And on top of that, the group is asking why the jock is using his own shirt to filter the gas while everyone else is barely even covering their mouths with their hands. Why are you questioning the jock when he is actually being the smartest in this situation? And also, let's stay put near this gas leak because apparently gas leaks can't hurt you if you don't move. We get more backstory on Whiteman, saying how he released toxic chemicals in the Colorado River because of mental instability. And it's a newspaper article from what it looks like. So how was this guy employed as a college professor again? Well, when you have a black character, you have to make him say generic shit like this.
Some messed up stuff, but this is off the chain.
So the meteor that hit Earth was predicted by Darth Whiteman, but the government ignored it because they were saying it was just fear-mongering. I would think government agencies and NASA would be pretty aware of an incoming meteor impact. But nah, only the mad scientist that can't get laid could possibly have predicted this. Somehow, Darth Whiteman got his dead, or I guess unconscious Z-Rex from earlier in the movie and had it hauled to this secret base all on his own? How? It's not like he had anyone working with him. The people at the beginning that delivered the serum and dead T-Rex were even out to kill him in the first place. Angry Joe, Ziff, turns into a zombie from gas exposure in just a few minutes. But the teens that were exposed to the same gas were perfectly fine. And yes, it took over half an hour to get to the first human zombie in the movie. And yes, there are human zombies. The teens all keep staring at the closed off wall while this zombie casually walks up silently to groan and not attack and get popped 9 times. Good thing zombies give survivors enough time to rustle their handguns out of their backpacks to defend themselves. The two groups run to each other. The redneck has some banter about pulling a John Wayne, and the gamers, of course, say he does indeed look like Duke Nukem. The kids say they shot Angry Joseph as he was attacking them. The redneck gets pissed that they shot their brother, but Dukem Nukem says he isn't their brother anymore, somehow knowing he is already a zombie? How do you have this information? Now you might say that these commandos knew about the serum and how it can be used as a gas to infect people. Then why did they wait until now to start putting on gas masks? Duke Nukem's gas mask doesn't even cover his eyes. What's the point of a gas mask if it could still get into your eyes? Oh boy, now we have Star Wars-like holograms of Darth Whiteman to dump exposition on the protagonists. With more context on the way, Whiteman explains the meteor that hit has wiped out every electrical grid in North America. And only North America. That's your primary concern, not the death toll or sheer destruction a meteor can cause? How does a meteor cause an EMP anyways? And how did this variable even account into his plan? Did Whiteman not think the government would find out and send Bruce Willis with Aerosmith plane to destroy the asteroid? It all seems way too convoluted to hinge your entire evil plan on waiting for this impact of a meteor to release your zombie air toxins. Plus 3 sins, because I came here for dinosaurs and zombies, damn it, not this Saturday morning cartoon BS. The plan also apparently accounted for everyone being in this room with a captive Z-Rex. Another awfully executed reference showing the Rex's footsteps causing ripples in the water. Well, it's the fight of the century, the Commandos in teams versus a T-Rex. How are they going to defend themselves? How will they survive? Let's find out now! What the hell is that? What? Oh my god, my voice is cracking. Apparently Duke Nukem is strong enough to punch a T-Rex around barehanded without it fighting back. And it literally knocks its teeth out and KOs it. What in the goddamn hell is this movie? Plus 20 sins for even considering this scene to exist. And I'm gonna add 2 more sins for these 2 lines that happened in this exchange.
Alright, that was pretty gangster. You just got Malcolm! Ow!
I thought this T-Rex was already dead and brought back to life by the serum. Why do its eyes start glowing green and then red after being punched down like it came back to life? The Jock and Redneck somehow get separated from the group in the seconds that they left the Z-Rex containment, because the Jock bent down to tie his shoes? I guess so we can have the 2 stereotypical Americans together alone. Because shooting keypads always opens electrical doors that sound just like Halo's Covenant doors.
Yeah, but...
Hey, you remember that Angry Joe zombie? Well, we get 4 seconds of Duke Nukem hitting him in the chest with a sledgehammer he just happened to find lying around in a top secret underground military bunker. The Redneck has a heart-to-heart with the Jock and starts randomly touting off
The Gulf of Tonkin, chemtrails, the Montauk Project, fluoride, the New World Order. You heard of 9/11, right? You heard of 9/11, right?
all to take away American citizens' guns. But why are we talking about all of this when you're here to stop a deadly gas from being released? And with a dino becoming a zombie that could possibly come back to kill you, I think there'd be better times to talk about conspiracies than now. The Z-Rex, not being dead, makes noise down the hall, and both the Redneck and Jock wonder what could possibly make the noise. The Redneck says it's probably something from the circus.
P.T. Barnum.
What the hell is this, Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Y'all don't remember that dinosaur that came back not even a few minutes ago? You're just gonna forget that existed? Okay, whatever. The trained commando that is the Redneck's first thought is to just throw a can of beans? You're not gonna reach for your firearm like you did when waving a revolver at teenagers? The Jock just sits there as glowing green eyes slowly approach and allows himself to be attacked and killed in the easiest way possible. But this guy just lets himself get bitten, I guess, whatever is going on here, and get dragged off into the darkness. The Redneck finds everyone else again, saying the dinosaur isn't dead. Everyone is shocked that a few punches from a human didn't kill a T-Rex. How is this shocking news? Y'all had guns. Y'all should have double tapped that bitch. Aren't y'all trained professionals? Shouldn't you have made damn sure it was dead? The Jock is still fully intact from a T-Rex bite and is now a zombie. How would his body not have been torn to shreds by the jaws of a T-Rex? Zombies can apparently talk, as the Jock zombie tells his still living girlfriend, "I love you." The blonde girl starts going hysterical because they shot her boyfriend after he finally admitted his love. Oh my god! And then BAM! Stealth Z-Rex attack because all that loud stomping and grunting it did earlier is now null and void, all in the name of the world's shittiest jump scare. We're gonna take a quick deviation. So quick in your head, out of all the times you have seen a T-Rex attack and bite someone in movies, how do you think it should play out? Like this? Or maybe like this? Or hell, maybe even like this? Well, if you thought any of that, you're wrong. Because this is how a T-Rex actually kills someone, lightly biting and nuzzling their bulgy wolgies for over 10 seconds before picking them up and playing with their body until it only bites the hand off. Duke Nukem was scratched at some point, but is too badass to reveal this to the others. Can't wait to see how he turns out as a zombie. The gamer, who says a barrel's coding was too complex to open, says he can easily open the giant metal doors and hack the security system of an underground military bunker if he can get to the control room. Okay, that makes sense. And while they're trying to save the world, they all decide that this is the best time to have a restroom break and split up to do so while the clock is ticking. The nerd asks his girlfriend if she washed her hands after she went poopy, and she gets pissed off at him and goes off on this tirade about,
I'm sorry?
Did you really just say that, Cam? What? All right, everybody, we all have time for this. Everybody calm down. We all have time for this. People are dying.
yeah, and you guys are taking a single file line bathroom break in the first place. You are literally risking millions of lives because you need to take a shit. These two start arguing out loud, making tons of noise like the dinosaur and his zombies don't exist. The nerd, Redneck, and Duke Nukem separate from the group in this long, dark hallway and go to the restroom together anyways, as the Redneck starts toking up and pooping down, and Duke Nukem is literally making very loud zombie grunts. But hey, let's ignore all of those sounds and this killer special effects for some poop jokes. Zombie Duke barges in the bathroom stall and starts assaulting the Redneck, not trying to bite him or anything, just some punches that earlier were enough to knock out a 3-ton T-Rex. But the Redneck can withstand them just fine until his face, I guess, is ripped apart off screen. And here we have the most pathetic and dumb death I've ever seen in a zombie movie. Instead of leaving his stall to run, the nerd just sits there and casually says, "Hey," looking to the left as he hears this skirmish going on in the other stall. The Redneck tries to shoot Zombie Duke, and the zombie knows to point it the other way as the Redneck shoots through the stall and gets shot through the head as some badass music starts playing. Why the hell am I suffering through this? What is going on? Why does this group separate down a long, dark corridor away from each other in the first place? 3 people just died because they had to go poop. You could say they really had a shitty way of dying. Oh, come on, that was funny. The zombie version of Duke Nukem gets a WWE-like entrance and theme music. And this whole scene of him just walking down the hallway with this music playing stretches on for over 30 seconds. I'm not even exaggerating. No. Zombie Duke casually walks up with the Redneck's fingers and doesn't even attack the girl or Black Op, giving them enough time to react and blast him with the shotgun off screen. Oh, Jesus Christ. This scene of Darth Whiteman laughing with the voice modulator goes on for 32 seconds. Why? Why did it have to be that long? Oh my god. Oh god, I think I'm going insane watching this movie. Black Op says there are reserves of the toxin in every major US city, But again, how was this all arranged? And why did he have to bank on a meteor hitting to make this possible? So cities wouldn't have power to fight back, I guess? Another mock to the original Jurassic Park. It's near the end of the movie, and the girl that has claimed once to have worked with computers somehow is able to work an advanced security system in a matter of seconds because coding and troubleshooting is apparently that fucking easy. The hacker girl says she almost has the countdown to the chemical toxin release shut down, and Black Op decides, man, this taking too long and we need suspense, so I'm gonna pull this wire because I'm impatient, and he just makes it worse and the countdown goes 10 times faster. Alright, whatever, the suspense in the movie needs to start rolling, I guess. Over 20 seconds of watching the Z-Rex just do nothing in a panning shot. I guess they wanted to really show off the prop and be like, hey, we made this, look at it. The Z-Rex seems pretty upset its zombie human offspring are dead. Not alive dead, but dead dead. You know, normal paternal instincts for undead dinosaurs. Black Op shoots the T-Rex with a shotgun point blank numerous times, but it shows no visible damage. But some punches from a roided out washed up game icon were enough to put it down once. Black Ops action slides under the Z-Rex before it can bite him as he proceeds to shoot it in the taint. Ooh, this apparently stuns it long enough for everyone to escape down a narrow corridor, but zombie dinosaurs will not run after someone until they have efficiently run away. As they are escaping, the Black Op runs into the zombie version of the redneck, and we get this shit. And they proceed to have a karate-style fight. I did not sign up for a racist kung fu zombie fight. I never thought I would say that in a video of mine. He kicks him square in the balls, and it stuns the zombie. The girl commando, who had literally no character development or barely any screen time, her name is close to Gojira, but the redneck calls her Godzilla. Because I guess they needed a Godzilla reference, I don't know. Anyway, she kills him. You're telling me Darth Whiteman, with all his advanced technology, rolls around in a dinky wheelchair? I think he would have something more advanced than just an analog wheelchair. He rolls out in the open, unarmed and exposed for some reason, knowing that there is a zombie dinosaur and some zombie humans loose. For a guy that is so smart and has had this base to himself to figure out all of his plans, he sure pulls a plot convenience faux pas just so we can have the whole Frankenstein faces his monster scene. And we get a shitty off-screen death for the main villain after we got all of his backstory, screen time, and build-up. The surviving three get to a military vehicle and stumble around joking about how to start the car. Not like the timer for a worldwide gas and explosions just went down or anything. Zombie Duke shows up one more time to literally flex on the haters. Hell yeah, brother! Zombie Duke is able to not only be crushed by a full-speed armored military vehicle, but is able to stop it in its tracks. This. Just this. A trained commando cannot focus fire a machine gun turret on one flailing pinned target that's not even moving, so we can stretch this scene of the actor pretending to be shot obnoxiously numerous times for a full 18 seconds. I don't care how buff or swole you are. Muscle mass is not going to protect you from over 100 high caliber rounds that would have shredded your body to pieces. I'm going to add a sin for every bullet fired in this scene because it just drug on for so long and made no sense in any regard. And just to be sure, I slowed it down to 10% speed and counted each and every shot, making it about 177 sins that I will be adding now. After killing Zombie Duke, they U-turn for some reason to have this final confrontation with the Z-Rex. Again, for some god-awful reason. And it somehow has a dead person's arm in its mouth. What dead body are you eating alive there? They use the machine gun turret again, this time spraying and praying at an even larger target. You remember those Jurassic Park arcade rail shooters where you just shoot the shit out of the T-Rex? Well, that's this, if the T-Rex never attacked. This scene stretched out for 21 whole seconds, with a total of 190 rounds fired. So that's gonna be 190 added on the sin check, please. The timer runs out again, and the top secret underground military bunker starts self-destructing to a horrible, horrible sounding soundtrack. This goes on for way too long as well. Oh, it launches nukes? I thought he was releasing the virus everywhere. What is going on? Is the virus inside these nukes? We get a monologue of the deceased Darth Whiteman, a pissed off college professor that plunged the world into a seemingly nuclear apocalypse, as he says he won't die, as his mindset will be under our beds and in our closets. How is that possible? You just blew it all up, didn't you? Or were those bombs just more EMPs that contain the virus but also simultaneously cause massive nuclear-like explosions? What does this movie think bombs do? What do they think meteors do? What is the concept behind any of this? And we get the grand reveal that everyone, or at least the main characters, are all zombies now, and that they have this horrible voice modulator to make them sound like this.
I feel good. You know, I've got the munchies.
The Z-Rex gets one last hurrah as it heads out on top of the car. We get a pop music credit sequence that doesn't fit the tone of the film whatsoever, as it was all over the place and just bad. This movie was bad. And I know someone in the comments will say this isn't a serious movie, or that it was made to be intentionally bad. But holy hell, it is definitely not one of those it's so bad it's good films. It's just plain bad. And it ain't over yet. There's a post-credit sequence like Marvel Avengers showing a news interview with Black Op telling the story of the Jurassic Dead, and he is even now a wealthy best-selling author. But apparently this woman doesn't know he is a zombie, even though a majority of America was probably converted to be zombies. He reveals his infection and bites her for offending him, and she ends the film showing she is now a zombie too. But wouldn't there have been massive riots after the explosion and the virus was released in the time that he wrote and sold this book to have this interview? Oh, I don't want to discuss this movie anymore. Show the final tally. I'm done with this shit.
Wow. Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
And if you adverse to any theory that I teach,
Why don't you get out?
Idiot or something? I'm sorry. Not you, Gunner.
Shut up, Sadie. Why are you carrying a loaded gun?
This is America.
Now, a little bit, I will scratch, and I will flatten myself like this. And now I am hiding.
Okay, you're right. Let's go out there. Let's hit a home run, Gunner. That's baseball.
Oh, that's a baseball. Ow! Ow!
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick. Huh? That's not cool, Butters. You don't shoot a guy in the dick.
It's Gojira, you moron.
You heard of the dream team? Well, we're the mean team, wussy man.
You see my powder. Yep. Keep that mouth flapping and do no listening.
Just watch when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna rip your fucking balls and ram them down your goddamn throat and make you a new fucking box. Do you fucking understand me? Get the fuck off my goddamn vent, you piece of shit. I'm gonna make you a faggot when I find your goddamn ass. I'm gonna ram my fucking fist up your ass.
Balls.
And I got balls.
Balls of steel.